Xiaomi Poco F4. Everything you need to know. The Poco F4 series is here, with the F4 GT having been unveiled, and in a first for an FGT phone, it's launched in Europe and the UK too. This is likely just the first F4 phone though, with both a regular F4 and an F4 Pro rumored to be on the way later this year too. Here's everything you need to know about the Xiaomi Poco F4 series. When will the Xiaomi Poco F4 be released? Poco has already unveiled the F4 GT, which was given a worldwide launch on the 26th of April alongside the first Poco watch. The phone is available to buy in some countries now, including the UK and Europe. You can buy it from the Mi store. The company hasn't officially confirmed if, or when, a regular Poco F4 or the rumored F4 Pro might release. We do think they're on the way though. While it's not quite a confirmation, the company's head of product marketing Angus Ng told TechAdvisor exclusively before the F4 GT launch that we should stay tuned for word on a regular version of the phone. How much does the Xiaomi Poco F4 cost? Poco has confirmed the price of the Poco F4 GT, which ships in two variants: 8GB plus 128GB, €599, 12GB plus 256GB, €699 per £699. As of yet, we haven't had any rumors on pricing for the possible F4 and F4 Pro, though expect both to run cheaper than the near flagship GT. What are the Xiaomi Poco F4 specs? Poco is expected to release at least two phones in the Poco F4 range, so let's split them up, starting with the F4 GT, which is the first to launch. Poco F4 GT. The Poco F4 GT is the only phone so far that's official. As expected ahead of launch, the phone is closely based on the Xiaomi Redmi K50 Gaming Edition, though since that phone only launched in China, this isn't really a problem. That's true of the phone's design too, which holds true to the original Redmi phone's gaming aesthetic, though has subdued things a little. Well, aside from the arguably garish bright yellow color, but black and silver options are a little more subtle. The phone's display and rear are both encased in Gorilla Glass Victus, though do note that there's no official IP rating for dust and water resistance. The phone is powered by the Snapdragon 8 General 1 flagship chipset, so you're getting top-tier performance, and is kept cool by Liquid Cool Technology 3.0, with dual vapor chambers. That will make this a suitable phone for gaming, bolstered by the inclusion of magnetic pop-up shoulder trigger buttons, though these can also be customized to serve as shortcuts for the camera, flashlight, or other apps when not gaming. As mentioned above, it comes in two variants: 8GB RAM plus 128GB storage, or 12GB RAM plus 256GB storage. Those are LPDDR5 RAM and UFS 3.1 storage respectively, meaning you're getting the top standard in each. The display is a 6.67 inches, FHD+, 120 Hz AMOLED with high-frequency 1920 Hz PWM dimming, HDR10+, and a typical brightness of 800 nits. The only minor downside here is that although this is an AMOLED display, so could support an under-display fingerprint scanner, instead Poco has opted for a side-mounter scanner here. Battery and charging are also impressive. The battery is a hefty 4,700 mAh, which should deliver decent longevity. It's backed up by speedy 120W wired fast charging, which Poco says can deliver a full charge in just 17 minutes. There's no wireless charging option though. As for cameras, there's a triple array on the back. The main camera uses the 64MP Sony IMX686 sensor, with an aperture f1.9 lens. This is joined by an 8MP f2.2 ultrawide and a 2MP f2.4 macro lens. On the front there's a single 20MP f2.4 selfie camera in a central punch hole. The F4 GT ships with Android 12, running Xiaomi's MIUI 13 skin on top. While Poco is cautious about promising a specific number of Android updates for now, the company's Angus Ng told us that it is trying to strive for a 3+4, meaning 3 years of Android version updates and 4 years of security patches. If nothing else, an upgrade to Android 13 is almost assured. If you want to know more about the phone, Read our Poco F4 GT review or watch us review the phone on our weekly podcast Fast Charge. Poco F4 and F4 Pro. Separate rumors suggest that Poco has at least one more phone in the works for the F4 range, and perhaps two. Indeed, when we asked Angus Ng about plans for a regular F4, he told us to stay tuned. A phone believed to be the regular Poco F4 has appeared on Geekbench, featuring a Snapdragon 870 chip and 8GB of RAM, running Android 12. Meanwhile, FCC listings appear for two more phones, likely the F4 and F4 Pro, suggesting a 4400 mAh battery and giving us model numbers 220212111RG and 220212111G, but little else. As we mentioned earlier, the F4 series is linked to the Redmi K50 range however, and we know much more about those phones. So far there are three models in the K50 line: the K50, K50 Gaming Edition, and K50 Pro, but we've also heard rumors of a K50 Pro Plus. We're expecting to see some of these recycled as Poco F4 variants, but we're not certain which, and it's unlikely all four will be turned into Pocos. We've already mentioned that the K50 Gaming Edition has appeared as the F4 GT, so let's set that aside for now. The K50 Pro uses the MediaTek Dimensity 9000, and the K50 includes the more recent but less powerful Dimensity 8100. Both have 6.7 inches 120 Hz AMOLED screens coated in Gorilla Glass Victus. The Pro has a 108MP main camera, 5000 mAh battery, and 120W fast charging, while the regular K50 offers a 48MP main camera, 5500 mAh battery, and 67W charging. Complicating things, the Geekbench listing for the F4 features a Snapdragon 870 not included in any of the Redmi K50 phones. On the other hand, that is used in the Redmi K40S, which actually also released this spring despite the name, prompting some to predict that this phone will be the base for the regular Poco F4. If so, fans can expect a 120 Hz AMOLED display, 48MP main rear camera with an 8MP ultrawide, and 67W wired charging for a 4500 mAh battery.